Welcome to Sandwiches of History. It is International Sandwich Sunday and we are headed over to Denmark for the Bøfsandwich. Now, I was just going to make this and it was going to be great, but then I realized that a friend of the show, the Hotdogjudge, actually heads up a society dedicated to the sandwich. So I pinged him and I got a recipe from him. Now, it is a lot. And you could save a lot of time by buying pre-made stuff at the store, but he's got instructions on the website for it, so I'm just going to make it all from scratch. We have to make a pickle that turns into a remoulade, pickled beets, which as you know I'm not a big fan of, pickles, we have to make some crispy fried onions, we've got to do some caramelized onions, and then we have to make a gravy after we make the burger. So it's a lot, but the good news is you'll see it all in one video. Alright, to make our pickle I've got in here diced up cucumber that's been seeded, diced up carrot, cauliflower florets that have been cut into small pieces, and it says to use pickling onion. I couldn't find any, so I'm just using shallots. I hope that's okay. Cover with coarse salt, mix, and we let that rest for an hour. Alright, to wrap up our pickle we have vinegar here in a pot, to which we add sugar, turmeric, ginger, yellow mustard seeds, and English mustard powder. And bring that up to a boil. Alright, it's been an hour, so we drain our vegetables out, and we run it under water for 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, now we put our vegetables into the simmering vinegar and spices, cook it for 25 minutes, and I screwed up. I wasn't supposed to put the sugar in already, but I did, so we'll see how it turns out. Now we add in a cornstarch slurry and cook it for another few minutes at a boil. It should get glossy and thick. Alright, now we put it in a jar and let it cool and rest for a few days. Alright, to make the remoulade, we got to chop up some of our pickle We mix that with equal parts mayonnaise. Alright, I'm going to make a half batch here. So into salted boiling water we place a beet, whole beet, and we boil that for 35 minutes. Now we're to pour out the hot water and run cool water over it for 5 minutes. Now we add to a pot vinegar, sugar, star anise, bay leaves, and black peppercorn. And we bring that to a boil. Alright, so now we're to peel it. Christine pointed out a much easier way to do this. Now we're to dice it. Now we put our beets in the liquid, bring it to a boil, then we have to let it cool completely and jar it. Alright, to make our cucumber pickles, we add water and vinegar to a pot, along with sugar, bay leaf, peppercorns. And we slowly bring that to a boil and we balance that with salt and pepper, and then we let it cool completely. Now we're going to let that cool completely and then add in thinly sliced cucumbers. Now we need to make our crispy onions, and I've got onions that I thinly sliced pole to pole here, and some seasoned flour with salt and pepper. I'm just going to get them in there. Alright, to get our crispy onions going, we need to bring some oil up to temperature. Now we just fry them up and then move them over to a wire rack so they can drain. Now we're going to make some soft grilled onions by sauteing onions in oil for about 5 minutes. Now we add in some salt and pepper. Now we add in butter, get that melted. And now we add in some sugar, and then we cook that down for 20 minutes. Now we deglaze the pan with half a beer, and set that aside. And at long last, we fry up our burger. 7 ounces, thank you. Now we deglaze this pan with some more beer. Add that to our other liquid that we deglazed the pan with from the onions. Then add in some cornstarch that's been mixed with water. Bring that to a boil to thicken. Okay, it's time to assemble this beef. So on the bottom bun, we put some brown mustard. I'm using a spicy brown. Then we put on some of our pickled beetroot, our sliced pickles that we made. And it says to put on some raw onion. I'm going to use red onion. Ketchup, our beef patty, our grilled onions, our remoulade that we made, our top bun, and we douse it in the gravy. We top that with crispy fried onions. And yeah, I had to go to the store because I accidentally burnt the ones I made. Okay, let's give this Bøfsandwich a go. That's pretty tasty. To be fair, the recommendation is to use a knife and fork, but I just kind of wanted to go for it, and very grateful I kept the plate with the burger. It is a beast of a sandwich. There's so many things going on there between the pickle the tart sweet pickle pickles, and even the pickled beetroot has a flavor of star anise, and that actually kind of went in the background. I'm not normally a beets guy. I don't like beets, but it just worked with all these other flavors in here, and that spicy mustard, and the beef, and the crispy onions, and then the caramelized onions. This is just a flavor bomb. I'm going to give it a 10. I'm not going to plus it up. I don't feel like I need to add anything to it. The onions, oh. Would I make this again? Absolutely not. It's way too much work. Would I order it in a restaurant? Yeah, I think so. Okay, I'm going to finish this and then take a nap. All right, see you tomorrow.